Hi guys, this is Overwintering vlog 7, and in this video we're going to be bringing in the remainder of all the cacti succulents that have to come into the house to overwinter, and that's because some of them are not cold hardy. All the other ones are going to be left here in the polytunnel, and then once we've got all of the ones that are not cold hardy inside the house and put away in their new plant rooms, then they're going to be completely rearranging what's left in the polytunnel to make it all look nice and tidy, so when we get visitors they can have a nice look round without falling over everything. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. The floor's a mess, there's plants everywhere, but that's because we're in the middle of moving plants out and moving plants in, so a bit all over the place. But if you have, this is a part of the video blog series, and links will be up above or before these videos on the whole video blog series from one. And yesterday we bought all, was it yesterday, the day before, we bought all of the serious columnar type of cacti inside the house, the ones that are not cold hardy like the Pilosa cereus, and any that a little bit fragile or got a bit too much water late summer that we had out in our yard. So this now is going to be a bit more of an easier job because we're bringing in the smaller type of cacti that's easy to lift. And we're going to be focusing on all of the remaining cacti and succulents that do need to come into warmer temperatures to overwinter. And we've got between our kitchen and 2 grow rooms, we have a lot of grow lights as well as the windows for additional space and lighting just to overwinter them. And what I'll be focusing on today is, as I say, the remainder of them, which will mostly be all the Prescias and the Ocotillos and Presciopsis and some of the other type of, like this big Sansevieria there. Most Sansevierias are pretty cold hardy, and we're going to be keeping them all dry and at a minimum of 5 degrees Celsius, 41 degrees Fahrenheit here anyway. But this one flowered very well in our grow room over the past 2 years, so we think it's better going in the same place because it did really, really well. And also there's probably a couple of the smaller type of apuntias that may need to be in, but if not 99% of all these will be staying out here. And we have the Stapelias as well that would need to come in, as well as the Presciopsis, which is these ones here. And I think the majority of the cacti will stay out. Got some Stapelia seedlings there, and some little Hoodia over there as well will have to come in. And also we have 2 mellow cacti that will have to come in, 3 mellow cacti actually that will have to come in. And what I'm going to be doing is this video in stages. Going to be bringing them all inside onto the kitchen table, so we know exactly what we've got there to deal with, and then we're going to be putting them away and showing you what they look like in the grow rooms. And then some of the epiphyllums. Now we leave the epiphyllums out here usually in the winter time, and they do really overwinter very well outside in our polytunnel. But there are a couple that we want to bring in that did sort of struggle a little bit last year, and one of them would be this particularly large Ripsalis, because it's one that does need watering still throughout the winter, and because we like to keep our polytunnel completely arid, as arid as possible, as in as dry as possible. Even frequent watering of this gave a bit more humidity to the rest of the plants, and especially in our polytunnel, which we don't really have any windows to open in the winter, so that's a problem with the humidity. This is going to be coming into the house, but I'm trying to think how much I get done today, because I may have to do the hanging baskets and the other type of epiphyllums that we've got here in a separate video. But if I can fit it all into this video, then that's better still. So there we go guys, a little bit of what I'm going to be doing, and let's get going. Now that's all of the Prescias, Presciopsis, and the Ocotillos brought in. And here we have Prescia Godseffiana, a few little cuttings that we've got there, and some of the 2 big mother plants that were Honzies that he brought over from Sweden. Beautiful, beautiful cactus. And yes, it is a cactus, guys. I know it's leafy, but it actually does have areoles. So it is a cactus. A lot of people are surprised when they see this, that it's actually a cactus, but it is absolutely beautiful. One of the leafy cacti. And here we have other type of Prescias as well. This is, as I say, Prescia Godseffiana, and this is Prescia diazromiana, beautiful as well. This one is Prescia grandifolia, And this one is Quibania Zanerii. My gosh, with these names. Isn't it beautiful, guys? The leafy cacti. And here we have the Prescyopsis here, big tall one there, and a load of the shorter ones. And then here we have more Prescyopsis cuttings that we had to prune back, and they're just rooting in water. And again, the leafy cacti. Prescyopsis is sort of commonly known as the grafting plant, and it can be cold hardy to a degree, but ideally they do like to be above 5C, so we're bringing these in to overwinter. And then we've got our two Ocoteos, and this one we have Ocoteo, Ocoteo crown at the thorn of Christ variety here, and this one is Ocoteo. Let's check the names. Ocoteo idria columinaris, and a lovely sort of very thin sort of spined variety filled with leaves. And so that's all the leafy cacti brought in, and now we're going to bring the Stapelias in. Now that's the Stapeliadaceae family brought in now. We're going to be putting away into the grow rooms. And here we have Hunia Sherduriana. No, what a name. And this is a Stapelia cristata. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, guys. And this is Stapelia hirsuta. We have two of these in two separate pots. And these are some Stapelias. Other than this one, this is a little puncher seedling, a little interloper that came in there with the seeds. These are Stapelia seedlings that we have grown from seed. And this one here is Hans's really beautiful Stapelia grandiflora florus, and it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It's like a big staghorn, isn't it? And this is actually, they're beautiful succulents, I have to say. So that's all the leafy cacti brought in, and all the Stapeliadaceae succulent family brought in. And now I'm going to have a scooty in the polytunnel to see any of the not so cold hardy cacti that have to come in. Now here I'm back in the polytunnel. As you can see, there's two empty shelves now, and as I say, once we've took out everything that needs to come out and we've rearranged everything in the grow rooms, the next job then, I'm going to do that in a series of video vlogs as well, is giving the polytunnel a complete revamp, so I know it's all nice and tidy for the overwintering in the winter, and so I can come in and out here when to check the plants daily over the winter months to check everything is good and bug free. And as you can see, lots of soil everywhere and old leaves, and that's where a lot of pests and fungus can hide. So I'm going to be completely cleaning everything. I'm going to bring the vacuum cleaner in here, sucking up all the bits of soil and dead leaves, and pruning any dead leaves and dead flower heads off, and then completely sterilising all the tables and everything, so it's all nice and clean. And here we go. We're going to be bringing in the cacti. They're not so cold hardy. These are 3 mellow cacti. These have to come in. And just trying to think what else there is. Probably the only one I can think of now is this little one. This is Asticium hintonii, and it's a very sort of sensitive one. Again, can take pretty cool winter temperatures if kept dry, which it is, but it's so precious, it's just too much of a risk to take, so this one's going to be overwintered indoors. So quick scooty round the polytunnel, loads of space but loads of cleaning, so we'll be extremely busy over the next couple of weeks afterwards, but hey, I love it. I wouldn't want it to do anything different. And pretty much from what I can see, just these 3 mellows and the Asticium. And then, as I say, we've got some epiphyllums that are more like cuttings that do need to come in, and some little slumbergeras that do need regular watering, because in tiny pots they'll have to come in. But good to see buds as well on them, so it's going to be hoping they'll keep the buds when I bring them in. So then let's get doing the mellow cacti. That's the mellow cacti and the little Asticium brought in, and loads more space around, which is good now, because I say some of these little epiphyllums that are more like cuttings and slumbergears will need to come in, as well as this beautiful one here, and possibly the Ripsalidopsis as well, and a few others. It's very mild at the moment for sort of late October. We're having very mild temperatures, so they'll sort of be okay out here for a little bit longer. As you can see, we have a lot of the Schlumbergera coming into bud, and it's such a shame, because I know if I bring them into the house with the light levels, they're going to drop the buds, and while the weather is so mild, I don't think it's going to be a problem to keep them here. May wait till they're flowered and then bring them in, but I'm going to keep an eye out on them. This Ripsalis I'm going to be bringing in, and a couple of the other ones, as I say, but I'll probably include that in tomorrow's video vlog or the day after. I'll see how I go, but that's all the mellows in. I'll show you them in the kitchen. That's them all brought in now, and we've got the little Asticium there, beautiful, beautiful cactus, and the 3 mellow cacti, and this is what we're going to be dealing with today, all that's on this table, and the Preskyopsis, and then I'm just waiting for Hansi to come home. He's just gone shopping. He's such a good man, he does all the shopping as well as all the cooking while I'm dealing with this, and then when he's back, we're going to go through them together and double check there's nothing else hiding in the polytunnel that needs to come in at this moment. And then Hans is going to choose which ones he wants in his grow room. And I'm going to choose which ones I want in my grow room. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you who picks what. I almost forgot the big Sansevieria, as I mentioned earlier. That's going to does very well in my grow room on the right hand side under the grow lights. It's flowered beautifully the past year, so I want to make sure I put it back in the same place. But all the other Sansevierias are going to keep out in the polytunnel, and that one I nearly forgot. Now that's the ones I've chosen here. All of the Ocotillos and the mellow cacti and the big Sansevieria and the Preskyopsis. They're going to be put away now where I've made space here. One onto the side wall and the Sansevieria here, and as you can see we've got grow lights, and we're going to be installing, as you can see, we've just put the hook up there. We're going to put in extra grow lights all across here so all the ferns and the big Alacasia get plenty of light as well as the light from the window. And the grow lights there. We're going to be installing the UFO 50 watt lights by Kingbo, so stay tuned for tomorrow's video overwintering vlog where we install these grow lights. We're going to be putting, as I say, the one there, and we're going to be probably moving this one so it's a little bit more going towards this way so the light comes right across the table. And this is a bit more of a super duper one by Niello, and that's going to be good for the ones we still want to sort of keep growing a little bit here. So as I say, that's the ones I've chose, and Hansi has chosen his 2 big Preskyas and the Stapelias. So I'm going to put mine away first in my office here, in my little grow room. I'm going to show you Hansi's, and when Hansi's put his away too. There we go, guys, that's all the ones in my room put away now, and I've put the Preskyas and the Ocotillos all here, as you can see. Absolutely lovely. And the Preskyopsis I have got here, and as I say, we're going to be installing the grow light, as you can see, started to do it there over here, so we're going to get loads of light. And the mellow cacti we've got here, and the little Hunia there, and the Hoodia in the window, and the little Asticium as well in the window there, and the cuttings of the Preskyopsis there, so I can change the water of them. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of space in between the plants on the trays, which is fantastic, because I hate it when it's absolutely it's hard to do it where it's not too cluttered, but I want to be able to reach every single plant to check for bugs and that in the winter time. And also, so there's a bit of space in between each one, and I'm going to probably rearrange some of these over the next few days as well. But as it is, it's pretty much okay now. That's the window display, and now I'm going to show you Hansi's room and what he's done where he's put his away. Now guys, this is Hansi's grow room, and I'll show you what he's put away. By the way, this strange colour is coming from these fantastic grow lights by Kingbo. They're super duper powered, and we use these in Hansi's grow room as also his music studio because these are super powered lights, and we use these because we want to continue growing the seedlings. We've got some seedlings we overwintered in the Polytunnel, the larger ones, but the ones we sort of sowed either late last year or early this year, we want to continue growing, so that's why we've got these under these super duper grow lights. And I think I mentioned that in the other video the other day. And also, as you can see, all the seedlings. I've done a complete seedling tour of both what we've got in the grow rooms and also in the polytunnel. So if you haven't seen that video, links up above to all our cacti and succulent cutie seedlings that we've got growing. But this is what Hans has put away in here. He's got his 2 big mother Preskyas here, the big mother plants. They're beautiful. He's got them there. and the little Stapelia seedlings there, and the Stapelia cristata there, and Stapelia hirsutus, and his beautiful Stapelia grandiflorus there. And that's it. And then stay tuned for tomorrow's video vlog, where Hans and me are going to be installing some grow lights in my office and grow room to give the ones I've got in my office a bit of an extra boost. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video, guys. And thank you so much for watching. And if you want to know a little bit more about how to grow cacti and succulents, including grow lights and also how to overwinter them, please do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com.